everybody, I'm Mark Rich. I am so excited. This is episode 1 of Black Half Blind Billionaire. Who I have here today is none other, my brother. I met him, I got a cousin that's from the Bronx, and they grew up together, and it just so happens that we was hanging out, this is years ago, this is before COVID, right? This is before COVID.
Definitely before COVID.
And we went to this restaurant. I don't even know if I should say the name. I'm gonna say it anyway. Amy Roof's. We went to Amy Roof's. It was me, my cousin, my brother right here, and another fella. And we in the restaurant, and we getting ready to go upstairs, and the servers are stopping us in our tracks. And that's when I realized this dude, he has something. So I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna give a little short bio. This man right here, he has a platinum selling record. You heard of him when he dropped Make It Rain. He had a platinum selling record with Lord Tariq. His name is Peter Gunz. It's called Deja Vu. He also made a record with Tatiana Ali. I didn't realize that.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah. I said, okay,
Ice Cube.
my man got numbers. And then after that, he did Love and Hip Hop, which is what he might be most famous for. Love and Hip Hop New York, Love and Hip Hop in general.
Right.
And then he was the host of Cheetahs. So I'm going to bring him on, my brother from another mother, Mr. Peter Gunz.
Oh, man. Truly my family right here, man. Yeah. Listen, man, I might need you to bring me out on stage with that intro. That was a nice setup. That was a nice setup. Yeah, you brought the Tatiana Ali. Nobody ever mentions that.
Yeah, and the song is nice.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Nice.
Whenever I perform Deja Vu, my ex-wife Amina, she'll sing Tatiana's verse over the song. So, because it's off the same beat. So that's how we used to get the crowd. She'll sing that verse, and then I'll go back into the song. And shit. Yeah.
But let's talk about that, because we was in Amy Roof's, and I don't know if you remember this,
right?
But we went upstairs. But before we got upstairs, the servers, the waiters, the managers were stopping in your tracks.
Yeah, the show,
with you.
Love and Hip Hop was on fire at that time. So as much as people say people hate you, they hate you. They just hate you on TV in person. They want pictures. They want to talk to you. So yeah, the show was on. I think that was season 2 or season. I don't remember, but the show was on fire. It was the #1 show on VH1 at the time. So we was out there at the time when the show was hot. So I was kind of hot. That was it.
But this is what I wanted to ask you. I never had that feeling. How does that feel? People stopping your tracks to take pictures of you, because this is what I know. There are people that you grew up with, that you, even some family members, I hate to say, that hate your richness. And when I say rich, I don't mean money. I mean your shine.
Right.
That when you walk in the room, Peter, I called a few friends, and all of a sudden, they leaving work early to get over here. Tell me about that feeling. Like, what do you do about that? Is it good? Is it bad?
I embrace it. It's something that, I always wanted to be in the business from a kid. I'm a musician first. I'm always, from the time I can know who I am as a kid, 5 years old, 6 years old, I'm already playing instruments, drums and stuff. I knew I wanted this. I wanted the life. So by this age, I also wanted to be retired. And it's also, I wanted to be known for being an artist, not the dude that's cheating on these girls on this TV show. And I'm famous for something I never in a million years think I would be popular for. But
does that upset you though?
I'm not proud of it, but at the same time, it leaves. It's one of those things that puts you in another space where it leaves you room to, for me to be this age and still be a little bit relevant in this world. I'm not mad at it. But I'm relevant for the reasons. I'd rather be relevant for other reasons, but I embrace, I'm relevant for loving hip hop and stuff like that, not for music. I would much be more relevant for my talent than to be relevant for a guy that's cheating on multiple. Right. But however, I'm still, it makes you live another day to try to figure out another bag to take care of your family. I know you
play instruments too.
Music is first. All the other stuff is just life stuff that a lot of people got going on. I'm just on TV, so the spotlight's on me.
Right.
Yeah. But if it's the answer to your question, that was a long journey. Let me land the plane. I love it. I embrace it. I stop. I take pictures with everybody. I love it. That's what I asked for. I don't like when I'm with people that don't. You know, it's a lot of people on the show that have no talent. That's really just there as a character, and they don't. And they get mad at people that want the pictures. And I'm like, bro, that's what comes with it. So I embrace it. You know what I mean?
So
I embrace it.
So to add to that question, are you faced with? Because I think we all, not just Peter Gunz,
Right.
but John Smith, they're faced with that other thing where people are just jealous of your energy, of the aura around you. Do you get hit with that?
Yeah, I mean, it only bothers me when it's people that I might be close to, friends or family members. If that happens, I'm fortunate enough to not really experience. I have, but I've not really experienced it. But when it's people, like, you can't get upset at people that you don't know that's mad at you. Like, people typing shit on Instagram, oh, I hate Peter Gunz, or people that might be jealous of me from afar and I don't know them. I don't mind that. That actually fuels me a little bit. I like that energy, but it only hurts when it's somebody you care about that you sense might be a little jealous or a little envious. The hardest thing for me to deal with is the fame and the money don't add up. You know what I'm saying? So people assume that you rich because you on TV or you making moves. They think you got it, and it ain't like that.
Right.
And you know, some of these people that assume that might have more in their account than you do. You know, I take care of a lot of people, but however, the fame and the money has not ever added up for me yet, as of yet. It's never the same. I'm always more famous than the money.
What about that then? So celebrity doesn't bring money? Like, people don't want to do projects with you?
No. So you were living in a different era where you make that happen yourself. I'm never a dude that's going to be like, yo, nobody won't let me in. Those days are over. You go, look, man, you sitting here half blind in your fucking basement doing a podcast. So you figuring it out?
Right. Look.
Well, no, you lying, though, because you all the way blind. You lying. And you ain't a billionaire. The whole podcast is for it. Niggas say you're a billionaire half blind. He all the way blind.
I'm looking at your face. And I'm a billionaire.
Nigga asked me for the pepper while he was looking at the salt.
He had that lined up for me, y'all.
Nah, you my brother. All jokes aside, I'm glad you could take a joke, man. Because
no, you don't understand.
And all your situation is new to me too, by the way.
Right.
You know, when I saw you at the concert, nobody warned me.
The Tommy Davidson one.
I did not know, bro. So when I saw the situation, I was hurt. And Nuts said, don't be hurt. He is
I'm good.
All the way good with that.
You know what it is?
So I'm glad I could crack jokes on you, because I got 10 more.
What I'm going to do? Cry for the rest of my life?
Nah,
you understand what I'm saying? Like, I already went to the therapist and all that other stuff. I done did all that.
I didn't know,
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I actually was a little fucked up over it. I didn't say it then and there, but I called Nut after. I said, yo, bro, what's up? He said, you didn't know? I said, no.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Shout out to my man Dinko, just walked in the building.
Dinko D.
A legend over there.
We're going to talk to him next.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man right there.
Yo, all right, so listen. I want to talk about something. We're going to get serious, but then I'm going to make it fun.
Okay, good.
If that's possible. Last year, a few weeks ago, you lost two dear people. And before I go to there, the one thing I loved about you, when this happened, when you lost your mother. I lost my mother in 2004. I still remember the date, November 1st, 2004. I just want to say this, and I'm not going to cry. And if I do cry, that's because it's pollen in the air.
Nah, it's all right, brother. You talking about mom. It's all good.
Right. So this is what I'm going to say. What I realized growing up, you can pretty much pinpoint a person on how they treat their mother. One of my favorite rhymes by Tupac was like, even though you're a crack fiend, mama, you my mama. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that when I seen how you felt for your moms, and we knew each other a long time before last year, but once I seen that, that's when I knew you was a real motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can judge a person. If they treat their mother like crap, who are you? You understand what I'm saying? Like, why is he doing that to me? Well, look what he did to his own mother. You understand what I'm saying? So that let me know that you was a real dude.
That was a tough. That's bro. Mom Dukes is a tough one. Mom Dukes was the backbone. Mom Dukes was her approval when she thought her ideas was my ideas as a kid. It took me for a long time to have my own ideas. It was what Mom said.
Right.
But yeah, that was a tough one, man. You know, and again,
Yeah.
it was a long, excruciating path. It wasn't like, you know, she just passed away. And, you know, Mom just passed. It was watching her lose her memory and heart attacks and diabetes and all type of everything that, you know, we get.
Yeah.
And so it got to the point where we couldn't even just do it ourselves. We had to have nurses come over. So it was bittersweet.
Right,
I know my mother wouldn't want to live, you know, without being dependent on everybody. So, but it's still Mom Dukes and that hurt. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm still, you know, look, bro, I grew up in the South Bronx. I lost a lot of friends growing up, murder, whatever. I have never experienced the grief that I'm dealing with even right now. You know, it's only been a year.
Right.
But right after I lost my little brother, E Smooth, and that was a little tougher because he's younger than me, and cancer just came. When he discovered he had that cancer, in my mind, we gonna beat that, man. You young, we got this, and it took him out immediately. So it was like right after Mom Dukes, him back to back, and then, you know, and my cousin died on the same. My first cousin, who lived at my mom's crib, died the same day as my mother. And so I left the hospital from seeing my mother to see him, and they both died the next day. So it was a tough year for me.
Right.
I don't notice it, but a lot of people that's close to me be like, man, I never saw you like this. I don't like it, you know. So I know it. I know I wear it sometime on my chest without even knowing.
Yeah.
However, man, life goes on. Life goes on, man, and we got to keep it pushing. It hurts. It hurts.
No doubt.
But life goes on, and that's what they would want. I know that. But yes, it was a tough year for me, man. I can't. Just in terms of that, I had a lot of momentum going for me as far as music stuff I'm working on, scoring. I'm shooting this TV show called Grieving with Shaq. I'm
nice.
Out in Brooklyn. You know, just a little.
I know exactly where Grieving is at.
Crew,
Okay.
right? And then
you know, be an extra.
There you go. Yeah. Come on, do it.
Yeah.
And just gearing up for another thing with Cheetahs, and I'm also shooting this thing called Gunz Reloaded. So
Gunz Reloaded.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that.
Well, it's two things. It's one thing, I'm in the streets talking to street performers, and you know, already so far I got Corey, my son.
Yeah, okay.
I got Onyx, I got Jadakiss on there, and now I'm about to set it up where I get Dinko D to come out and, you know.
Yeah, see, we done set you up, Dinko.
That's my man right there. Yeah, so we gotta do that. And you know, just get back to the talent, and that's what I'm doing with that. And in Dallas, I'm going to gun shows, testing the newest weapons.
Okay.
And teaching our kids gun safety.
Yep.
And how to get a gun correctly. I'm one of the ones that got caught with a gun. That's how I got I was Pete Lover, by the way.
Oh,
I was the Lover
so
boy.
You were from Lover
but I got caught with the guns, and they just switched the name. Yeah, now I'm the dude with the flat top dance and thought I was Big Daddy Kane back in the days.
Got you.
But once I got caught with the guns and hip hop switched, I switched with it.
Nice.
So they started calling me Peter Gunz because I got caught with a gun and got locked up. So now I make it my thing to tell our kids how to do it the right way. Go get it the right way. Get it legally and learn gun safety. So it's a show called Gunz Reloaded. It's about the newest weapons out and teaching kids gun safety, because if you're going to have it, man, if you're going to do it anyway, do it the right way and learn how to shoot correctly so you're not shooting innocent people
got caught
or
with a
doing
gun.
dumb shit.
What happened?
Went to jail.
No, what happened? How did they catch you?
My story is I was bugging out one night shooting in the air on 174th Street, Vice Avenue.
I know exactly where you at.
And somebody snitched on me. And
Get out of here.
And say, yo, he's walking around with a gun. Yeah. The cop that caught me, Detective Booth, his story is he saw the print through the towel that I had, and that's how he came. That's how he saw it, and that's what made him chase after me.
Lies.
Shout out to Detective Booth. I'm gonna tell you why I'm shouting the cops out, because we all complain about police just shooting niggas, right? Mm-hmm. He told me to drop my gun 17 times, and I wouldn't.
Wow.
He was like, come on, I see it under there, man. Drop it. I don't want to have to do it. And then finally, I just put the arm up, let the gun drop. He had every right in the world to shoot me. So I always give him. I always gotta give him his props. Yeah. No, not that. Yeah, just the fact that we always talk about the bad. I gotta say, you know, he had every right. He had every right to shoot me. I wasn't listening. Like, fuck that. I'm not dropping shit. He he kept saying over, and this is 93?
Damn.
When he would have been well in his right and got away with it. Probably got a promotion.
Yep.
So shout out to
cameras
Detective Booth for letting me live
Shout out to Detective Booth.
to have 7 more kids.
Yeah, without.
Yeah.
All right, now. So look, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a commercial break. All right.
Cheers, a drink break.
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. I got ginger ale. It might look like champagne, but it's ginger ale. We're gonna take a break, a little 15-minute break, and we'll get right back to you. Okay, welcome back to the show. All right, Black, half blind billionaire. We here with my brother Peter Gunz in the house.
Niggas still lying, half blind. The money and the fame don't add up. I can't actually go, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing this and go do this and get a job. You'll be shamed for that. You know, if you walked into fucking Best Buy and I was helping you with a TV, you're gonna film me and say, look at Peter, he fell off.
Right.
So it's a gift and a curse. Like, you gotta make your shit work some kind of way this way. Now, by all means necessary, I gotta feed my kids, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. I don't fuck who try to shame me. But the gift and the curse is people look for a reason to it's a tough world out there. They look for a reason to go, you know. So I live in this world of not being of you have to put on a face that is more than what it is, and I was just never a nigga to do that. Even if you watch Love and Hip Hop, you saw where I was living. Even though they offered to put us in a luxury building, and yo, you want to borrow this car, you want to wear this jewelry? Nah, I'm going to this reality. Let's show them what it is. But I wouldn't have had nothing to do with that because I'm just not.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, nah, man, no, but I wasn't on the show when that person came on, and it's not that I refused to be on the show because of
okay, because that's the rumor that was going around.
I also
that's what it was.
If I'm being honest with you, I didn't agree with Rich. Yeah, you know what? Nobody want to work. I'm gonna work like Rich. I'm gonna work with her because nobody else will. But it's also one of those things where you want to let the community know you with them. Yo, Cord, don't get caught with a gun. This shit, you gonna go to jail. It's 3 to 9, nothing to talk about. Don't do this and that and that. But all examples I'm telling him not to do, I did them.
Right.
So what'd he do? Go get a gun charge. Damn. Go get tatted up all over his body. Strictly rap, nothing else, drop out of school. Even with tutors and everything that we had provided from the tutor. So we have to, because he looked up to me. Right. So fuck what my father talking about. I want to be like him.
They watch what
nah,
you do.
You know, they see people admiring you and loving you and this and that. No, I want that.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, I want to be like my dad. And it's easy for you to say, yeah, don't be like me.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'll find a person that did drugs, because back in the days when I grew up, believe it or not, niggas thought shooting dope and getting high, yo, he was cool.
Yep.
Yo, he had coke on him. He was cool. He's doing coke. He got the girls. That was the cool thing.
Yep.
Fortunately for me, I had example at home for a reason not to do that shit.
Good. Right.
Yeah, so, but for the most part, I just say we have to start making examples, and instead of saying don't be like us, yeah, be just like me. You know what I mean? So that's what I recommend. Somebody got to break the curse of the new brothers coming along.
Right. Break the
Please,
cycle.
man, get to know who your mate is, get to love her, and keep black family homes together. It's an initiative now going, I think, with the Urban League, where black families are becoming extinct, even with lawyers, judges, cops, everything. They just black families are breaking up. So we gotta. It's important to stay together. The child needs the man and the father, and I'm guilty of not being there for.
It's actually
money ain't everything, bro. You gotta be there, and I'm guilty of not always being there for them. You know what I mean? Because you know your man. Yeah, I take care of my kids. It's not always money. You need to be there. But anyway, let me not go into that shit. Come on, it's your show. I'm talking my head off.
No, I'm loving this, right? And we loving it, y'all. Let's give it up. But what I wanted to say was there's a wealth principle also in America. The ethnicity that has the family bond, they're usually the richest. So it's no coincidence that the Arabic and Indian are the richest ethnicity in America, because it's all the families. They're all families.
Right.
You know, we're the lowest.
Right.
And because we don't have that family structure. That's why I talk about the 3 things: health, wealth, and family.
Right.
Right? I think it's something to it when you do have that family, where the wealth becomes not easy, but a little more simpler. You understand what I mean?
Agreed.
Because we were just talking about our brother who they got him in family court, raking him over the coals.
Yeah, it's fucking
right.
crazy.
And
And there's fathers out here that really don't do, you know what I mean?
And that's
this is a brother that's doing every year. I don't want to go into, you know, he real private, but yeah,
Right.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It bothers me too. But what I say is this: we also have to understand that it's you got to remember we programmed to do this. Look, I'll give you an example. It's a far-fetched example, but we are not taught. You know, our parents didn't leave. At least I can speak for myself and a lot of people around me. Our parents didn't teach us how to manage money and how to do certain things, and that's just generational, handed down generation after generation.
Right.
And then you got the program going against you. So, for instance, if you think any other ethnicity would put up with drill music, you think Jewish people or Chinese people or anybody would ever put up with kids saying, I killed this dude over here, where they really did it, and I'm smoking him and blowing him in the air? Is there any other ethnicity that could do that and it'll be on the radio being promoted and they performing that shit at Grammys and music? Nah.
None of them.
So we got a bigger machine going against us, so it's easier said than done.
Right.
So even me sitting here going, yo, we got to do better. It's never going to be enough. It's a bigger machine going against us. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Chinese people in China, a certain time you got to put your phone down and study. On TikTok, it's not who could twerk the best, who got the biggest ass. It's who could come up with solve this fucking long division math problem.
Wow.
Who could build a better business.
Wow.
That's what they do. You get 4 hours of TikTok, then they black that shit out.
That's a different kind of contest.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They fourth graders are on the level of our college students. So it's bigger than that. You know what I mean?
Right,
and y'all keep buying up all yo, my nigga, like, they making Gucci in sizes for us now. They wasn't doing that before because we the most number one consumers of this shit, and we brag about it, and we gotta have it.
Like I gotta, while I'm talking with a Sergio Tacchini suit on, but I started looking up more black owned. Like I like Russell Westbrook's clothing line, like the paper clothing line.
Right.
This black paper clothing line out of Europe. Like we got to start doing more black owned.
100%. That or just know that, you know, or just make them respect your dollars.
Exactly.
You know, make them respect your dollars. You know, look, I'm guilty of still buying some shit, but at the same time,
you got to support each other.
Yeah, you know, you're the same person that'll walk in the motherfucker that follow you around. But I just think that, you know, and it's all right to want nice things and have the best, but just know, man, you know, shit, I probably won't live to see it, but I hope one day that, you know, this shit turns around because, again, it's a bigger machine. It's easier said than done. But when it's being promoted for you, for our kids, like my kids will bring me music and I'll be like, that shit is garbage.
Right, and everybody
but they'll go, well, that's what mom said your music was when you first played it for her. And I'm like, but it wasn't that. You know what I mean? We had leaders of the new school, my man. We had goddamn Tribe Called Quest. We had that. We had, you know, we could go to KRS-One and them, or go to Rakim and them, go to Slick Rick telling stories. We had, you know, De La Soul. We had different diversity of stuff. Where this shit is just, we popping lean, we drinking, you know,
making it cool.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah.
All right, guys. So,
hold on, wait. Now go.
Now go.
Nah, it was abrupt.
So listen, guys. I hope y'all have fun talking with my brother Peter Gunz. Like I said, my name is Mark Rich. The name of this podcast is Black Half Blind Billionaire. And you can catch it on all podcast streams. Give it 2 days. We love y'all.
The Lion King podcast.
We love y'all. Let's give it up again for Peter Gunz. And we out.